Hey everybody, Scott here. In this video, Miranda and I make a very late fall trip to our remote cabin. The rivers are on the verge of freezing, and our only access this time of year is by boat. It was a very cold ride. We installed a wood stove and had our first fire in our sauna we built with logs from the property. We sat under the stars in our wood fire hot tub. We hauled load after load of firewood to keep the fires going and finished getting the property ready for winter. If you are interested in how to build a sauna like this, we have multiple videos in our off-grid cabin playlist of this build. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, it's October 14th. This will be our latest trip we've taken up to the cabin. I've tried coming up late like this and too much ice coming down the river. But it's not supposed to get, I mean, it's cold. It's below freezing right now. It's dropping down into the 20s at night, low 20s the next couple days. But then after that, it starts dropping down in single digits up in the high country where this river's fed from. So I'm sure in 2 or 3 days there's going to be some ice coming down. We will be back by then. But yeah, the river's super low. It's probably going to be pretty clear. Might be able to see the bottom, which normally we can't because it's a silty river. We are in full winter gear, and I got my snow machine gear on. It's going to be a cold ride. Up here, the boat wasn't running the greatest. We must have some ice in the carbs. One of the chokes is stuck on or something. It's hitting on, it was dropping cylinder all the way up here. We just dumped a can of heat in there. I didn't have any heat in the boat, so I couldn't. Well, we're gonna get everything packed up to the cabin, and then maybe I'll come down and screw with the boat before it gets dark. I think I got a choke sticking. And I haven't really screwed at these boat motors much, so it'll be something new. But that was a really cold ride up. I forgot my winter gloves at the house, so all I had was these thin driving gloves, and it's pretty cold. Yeah, the generator's not running good either. Thinking we got some bad fuel that last trip up here. My big boat was also having issues. Somehow I got water in my fuel. We picked up this Traeger Ranger Boxford motorhome. Figured we'd bring it up here and see how it does. Get this thing fired up and cook a steak tonight. Well, we got a fire going in the cabin. Got this Traeger doing its first burn. Got the temp turned way up. We're gonna burn the oil off, get it seasoned, and then cook some steaks. The generator started running better, so good. Now we are going to fill the hot tub, and I'm gonna see if I get a 6x running. We were in a rush when we left here last time, and evidently I didn't have any firewood stacked up for when I come back. So I need to haul some wood. Well, we got the fire going in the hot tub. I'm gonna get this pump drained down. It's I don't know if it'll freeze hard enough tonight to freeze and break anything, but it's definitely gonna freeze. Well, it is freezing now, but I brought up a new pump here. This one I'm gonna leave up here and bring my other Honda home that I brought up a couple months ago. And I brought this hose up here. I'm not going to use that flat hose anymore. In the wintertime, this stuff, when you roll it up, it freezes flat like that, and then you can't get water to flow through it. So I'm going to leave this stuff that is for the suction side. I'm going to leave it up here with this little 90 so I can throw it right in there, and it's going to stay. It's going to be way easier to do this in the wintertime. It says it's 50 degrees already. Well, today we are going to get this little wood stove installed in here. We're going to pull that little carbureted heater out of there. Maybe put it back in some other day. But we got a bunch of water in that carb and it needs gone through, and I don't know if it's really what I want up here for the sauna. So for now, we're going to put this little guy in here. It may be too small. I might have to weld up something later for in here, but we're going to get it installed and get some heat in here, see how it does. Whoa, that's got a lot that I thought. Oh, it don't need to be cut. Nice. ago, got this thing all put together, and then I realized I forgot to put a damper in it, and I looked around, I did have one up here, so we're going to put it in, but I also didn't bring a drill or the drill bits that fit my screw gun, so we're going to use self-tapping screw, drill some holes in that area. Now we're going to take it apart again. It is. It's getting hot in here fast.
Is it?
Well, where should we put it? Yeah?
Sure.
It's not really the most ideal time to be doing this, but we weren't able to find the stain that we used on everything here. I looked all summer. The guy that sold it in town, they went out of business, so I actually ended up finding it on Amazon of all places that would ship to Alaska, and that's what it is. The color is cedar tone. We are putting a coat on, even though the deck is wet and it's just barely above freezing. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. So while she's doing that, I'm going to head down to the boat and see if I can figure out pull some spark plugs out and figure out which cylinder was missing on the way up here. I'm pretty sure either the choke was stuck on or that the float bowl valve is stuck open, just pouring fuel into the cylinder. So that's what I'm going to work on. Yeah, this boat's got some rivets that leak on it. We're gonna try to pump the water out of the back. But here's a look at the wall from the river that we worked on this fall. See there how we got the cable wrapped around, trees on the bottom, and then it comes back up and over. It ties, everything is cabled back into the bank there. See the pipe that we shoved down, or drove down into the ground. I think it's going to work pretty good. We didn't leave anywhere where ice can really, I guess ice might grab something like that when it's going down river, but nothing is really sticking out real bad on any of the wall here. I think it's going to work good. Usually we don't end up with this much water in the boat. Usually there's a lot more silt going down river, and the little rivets where it does leak, it'll fill in with that silt and kind of seal the leak and slow it down. But there's not a lot of silt going down the river right now. The water's pretty clear compared to normal. So what I'm going to do here is pull every one of the spark plugs and see if we can see which one's loading up. That looks good. That don't look bad. That one looks a little wetter. And that one looks soaked. So, let's see these top two cylinders, or maybe just the top one. That one's wet too, though. Okay, well, at least I know where to start. Never screwed with these carbs before. They can't be that bad. And her bunny boots. That looks good. What's up, boy? You bored? Well, I'm going to just fire this thing up and let it run for a little bit. I put a can of heat in it last night. It's the warm part of the day, so try to run some gas with heat through it before I start really tearing it apart, and see if there's any, freeze up anything in those two carbs. think what we'll do is when we leave tomorrow, we'll just leave around this time when it's the warmest out. But that's good. Glad I didn't have to tear into that thing. Well, Miranda got the deck all stained. I'm gonna bring this thermometer over here to the sauna and see how hot it is in there. It's hot in here. Well, we just got the steaks on the Traeger. Cook some shrimp with that tonight also. One of the guys that watches our YouTube videos had a good idea to use the pump to suck the crap off the bottom of this, the leaves and the pine needles and stuff, and then run it back through a filter. Well, we're just going to run it back through the net and see if I can suck any of that off the bottom. A lot of that down there is sand. We pump so fast out of the well there, it just sucks a little bit of sand, so I ain't worried about that. But the leaves and the pine needles would be nice if we can get some of that out of there. Well, that worked pretty good. All that was on the bottom too, so that's the hard stuff to get out. Next time I'll come up, I'll bring a 2-inch aluminum stinger, I think. That hose is kind of hard to maneuver around down there, but worked awesome. Can't remember who you were that commented that, but it worked. Well, the hot tub's just about there. We're gonna go give this sauna a try. Evidently the dogs want to come too. I had to put that metal back there because the wood was starting to burn. Come on, Pace.
It's way hot up there. Holy cow.
My glasses are hot.
Whew. That's hot up there. Oh my gosh.
I was gonna build a shelf up here,
Oh,
which I think I'm still gonna do up here, which I still think I'm gonna do that, but what I had going wasn't gonna work. So it's hot. It's hard to
very
breathe.
hot. What's the temp at now? 150?
Yeah, so that's right by the stove though.
Yeah.
But that's about what my leg is feeling. Oh, it's working. Pretty hot in here. Well, we got some snow today. Generator ain't running good again, and I'm out of heat. Well, this morning while Miranda's making breakfast, I'm gonna install a ceiling fan in the cabin and maybe start working on the surround for around the hot tub, around that foam above the deck there. Well, we finally got that fan installed. There was a wire disconnected on one of the plugs inside the fan. Took a little bit to figure that out. Got the windows washed. Got everything packed down to the boat for the most part. We drained in the hot tub. And I just went down and fired up the boat. It fired up, seemed to run good. But my steering cable was kind of froze. It broke loose, but it's definitely stiff. So we're ready to get out of here. A lot of this stuff, you know, I never run it when it's cold. So you figure out where all your problems are when it's below freezing. But we're gonna get out of here. We will not be back until the rivers freeze. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And I put this little plug on, 1-inch plug in the bottom, so I could actually get all that water out of there. Well, of all things, the starter solenoid, it's stuck on when I came back down here, so we had to disconnect the battery, but I was able to give the solenoid a couple love taps, and we're good to go. We're gonna try to get out of here before we have any more issues.